and you wonder, how is it that they're able to do these spaces? Some of them cost a lot, some of them cost a little. You want a little bit of both. Shai Deluca-Tamasi is here to show you how you can do it.
Hello, my love.
Well, this is gorgeous.
Yes.
It's all about the high splash and the low cash.
You got it.
Right? We want to be able to do both, and there's a reason why people might want to splurge on certain items.
Right.
But you're going to show us two ways to do it and get the same look.
You got it. So mid-century modern is a huge trend that's been like a trend for quite a while now, and it's not going anywhere soon. Yeah. So that's going to really be our inspiration here. And you know, we want to make the point that if you have the budget to invest in original pieces, absolutely do it. I'll tell you something that a lot of people don't know. The chair, for example, the next to you, the Eames Lounger, that is a beauty. That's a really well-known piece. And if you bought that piece today, it would cost no less or no more than the original from 1960s.
Really?
Yes. So sometimes the older one can actually be more. So in fact, these appreciate in value.
Oh, wow.
Which is why, if you have the money, absolutely invest in the original. And then in design, we always talk about to be inspired by something rather than, let's say, buying a replica, for example. So to be inspired by something, you really need to understand what the kind of design, history, and story is behind the period that you're looking at. So mid-century modern. We're going to get a little bit of a lesson here. We're going to school everybody a little bit, all right? Let's school it. So mid-century modern was very much about, it was space age, things were happening, we were, you know, getting up to the moon then. So it was very much about minimal look, because it was after World War II, and very much about shiny materials. There was a lot of malleable materials that we're using, pliable materials that we're using. So let's start first with the wall. Brick veneers was huge. Think back to the Brady Bunch. It was everywhere, right? So those were real brick, but now in condos and smaller places, you can't actually erect a brick wall, unfortunately. So these great brick veneers, they look real, they feel fantastic, but it is a little bit pricey. You know, if you have the budget, absolutely do it. We painted it out in this great terracotta color by Benjamin Moore, and it looks fantastic, and it's a perfect backdrop to this beautiful Dimplex fireplace.
Very nice.
Really nice, right? So retrofitting, can't do it in small spaces, most likely not in a condo. These are electric, so fantastic for that. Okay, let's look at the pieces themselves. What can we learn from the sofa? So the sofa design itself is very clean line, very minimal look. It has a great punch of color, because color was really big after World War II. It was getting away from that depression, kind of looking for fun colors and things to brighten our mood. So you saw a lot of fun colors, but in a very streamlined way.
Interesting.
Okay, so now the pieces here that you see here are all from Design Within Reach, Herman Miller. So these are all originals. So high cash. All right.
Does that sofa have a name? Like the chair does?
The sofa, it's a design by, and you know, I don't remember the name of the designer, but it is Design Within Reach. So it's Herman Miller. Herman Miller is a designer. That, of course, the Eames Lounger. Yes. Now Noguchi Table. We've seen this lots of times.
This is a big one. It'll never go out of style.
No.
So if you can get the original.
Absolutely. So the thing about the Noguchi Table, what do we know about it? It was all about the sculpture in the base. So if we understand that that's essentially what the designer was trying to do, we now understand that that's what we need to kind of be inspired by.
Right.
All right. Let's look at some of the burnished metals. Beautiful. These are gorgeous bowls, but look, they're pliable, right?
That's so cool.
Isn't that cool? Very cool.
I love that.
These are fantastic, love them, but again, it's all about the burnished detail. So we see the burnished detail in the accents, we see the burnished detail in the bowls. That's something that we need to keep in mind when we're going to try to do the low cash version of this setup here.
The only thing in my mind is how many Doritos can I fit in that bowl?
What do you mean? It's going to ruin the beautiful one. I love her. Yeah, no, she's fantastic.
All right, we want to. So we have a good sense here of the different items that you can buy if you want to go with the original.
Correct.
We want to show you how you can get the same look.
Let's do it.
But for a little less.
For a lot less.
For a lot less. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's show them. Well, look at this. So we have the same sort of tone, but you haven't gone with replica pieces.
You got it.
You've gotten different pieces.
You got it. So we are inspired by the mid-century look. So we understood a little bit about what mid-century was about, what things were happening during that period. So then we've kind of inspired that look in here with the pieces that we've chosen, not like you say using replicas. So let's start with the Daybed.
This is nice.
Isn't that great?
It's so huge. The whole family's on this thing.
It's phenomenal, and I love this. I love a daybed. I love an open-ended daybed. It's great for for watching television. It's just very comfortable, and it
Yeah.
gives a little bit more of a relaxed feel. Now, the thing about mid-century that a lot of people do know, but they can't actually ascribe it to mid-century, is tufting. So tufting
Right.
in the seat is a very big mid-century motif. That gives it that mid-century feel without being a perfect replica to the piece that we saw over there. The same clean lines,
Yep.
the same very streamlined look, but it is not a copy. We've carried that over in here as well,
Yeah,
and
this is
added that
lovely.
pop of color with this great bench, right? And then a beautiful side table, bring it up to it. This is great for entertaining. This is easy to move away, bring it back again.
Yeah.
Perfect for entertaining.
Very functional.
Very
okay, so
functional.
you haven't done a replica Eames.
Right.
What have you done instead?
So the Eames Lounger is all about bent plywood. In that period, it was a new technology to be able to bend wood. So instead of having that replica here, you have these pieces again that have that bent walnut detail. This looks great. It's still as comfortable. It has a beautiful kind of lived-in look, and it's just fantastic. But it is an eighth of the cost of that. 1/8. That's a
1/8.
huge savings.
Yeah.
Let's also look at the table. So the Noguchi Table, very well-known table, we said. This is not a replica of the Noguchi, but it has that same feel. So it has that same organic shape in the glass, but the base does not look like they tried to copy it. But it does have that bent wood detail.
Right.
Okay, and finally, the fireplace. So that was a little bit more of an expensive fireplace. This has that same look, same fantastic features. You can actually go through it in different color palettes. Well,
Isn't that
can you see
nice?
that? Yeah, there we go. All right,
Yeah.
so it actually streams through RGB, different color palettes. This is also a fantastic piece.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
It just adds so much ambiance to the
I
space.
think
So
so.
the Dimplex Nicole fireplace.